Hello. So we are back again with the first chapter, ISC class 11, Avishara the Trist. So today's discussion is on Avishara the Trist by Rabindranath Tagore. Avishara or the word Trist, they both mean the same thing. Both the words mean the meeting of lovers. Two people who are very much eager to see one another after a great longing when they meet each other, that is called Trist. Do you remember uh, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, his first speech on the Independence Day in 1947 is known as the Tryst with Destiny. His first speech was the Tryst with Destiny. So Tryst means what? Meeting. Meeting with our destiny. He meant to say that till now we were ruled by the Britishers and we did not have the ability or we did not have that freedom to meet with our destiny. Today, on this auspicious occasion of independence, we are meeting with our destiny. So I have just explained the meaning of the Trist. Trist means meeting, or Abhishara also means the same. Now here, the meeting refers to the meeting of Upagupta and Vasav Datta. Vasav Datta and Upagupta. Upagupta is a disciple of Buddha, Gautam Buddha. So we can assume it's a very old story, and this disciple of Buddha, Upagupta, he met somewhere Vasavdatta, a very beautiful dancing girl, but you should not assume that they were lovers. Okay? They were beloved to each other. Don't assume like that. Actually, Upagupta was a spiritual personality. He had the power of spirituality. He had a godly connection. Meditative person he was. And Vasavadatta, she was beautiful. She was rich and she had lots of ornaments to decorate herself, to ornament herself. And she was engrossed in the worldly pleasure, the earthly pleasure. She did not have that spirituality. So when they meet first time, Vasudhatta gives a proposal to Upagupta that come to my place. This is not the right place for you, for a great ascetic like you to sit here on the road. So please come to my place. But Upagupta rejects her proposal. Not because she's a dancing girl and she's calling me, because such ascetic people, they have love, they have humanity and fraternity for every individual, whether be it a man or a woman, beautiful or ugly looking, whoever he or she is. So he rejected her proposal by saying that this is not the right time. This is not the right time that I should come to you and I should meet you. A proper day will come and I will meet you then. He actually meant that when that proper time will come, when you will be spiritually rich, when you will be able to understand the reality of this world, and when you and I both will be having the same spiritual status at least, then I will meet you. So now the story begins in the form of poem by Rabindranath Tagore. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep in the dust by the city wall of Mathura. So the story narrated in the poem is related to somewhere in Mathura in the olden days. Upagupta was lying on the road, he was lying in the dust. He was the disciple of Buddha and he lay asleep. He was sleeping comfortably because ascetic people, spiritual people, they do not need bed, comfortable bed or homely environment to rest or to meditate. Whichever place, wherever they get the chance, they start meditating, they start enjoying life. Yes, they avoid luxurious life. So he was lying asleep on the dust, in the dust, by the city wall of Mathura. City wall of Mathura means actually inside the city wall, the people who were concerned with worldly pleasure, material life, money, or the riches, they were inside the wall of Mathura and Upagupta was lying outside the wall of Mathura. This also suggests that great ascetic, they do not prefer to get mixed with those people who are interested in money and riches. So he was just away from them. काफी उन लोग से दूर था. Lamps were all out. The lamps inside the houses to remove the darkness of night. That was all out. सब लोग सो गए थे. Doors were all shut. रात हो गई थी. Everyone was sleeping, so they might have shut their door. And stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. And the stars were all hidden. It means the sky was cloudy. In the evening hour, at night, when everyone was asleep with their doors closed, with their lights off, at that time, outside their houses, the sky was all murky. It was all cloudy. There was no sign of stars in the sky. And it was the time of August. So we can assume in India, the month of August means rainy season. So it was a rainy season, and that ascetic Upagupta had no place, no shelter. He was just lying asleep on the road in the dust. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklet? Suddenly there came there came a pair of feet. This suggests that somebody was coming or somebody was moving there. Were those tinkling with anklet? Fit tinkling with anklet also suggests it was a woman. A woman was there. Whose feet were those? Touching his breast all of a sudden. And that feet touched the breast, the chest of Upagupta. Why breast is given here? Breast is actually possessed by the women. But why in case of Upagupta it has been said that that feet touched the breast of Upagupta? Actually, women are supposed to be very kind. They are supposed to be very motherly. Hmm. They do not show anger generally. So Upagupta was also of the same mentality, of the same attitude. He was an ascetic, so he had a lot of kindness. And so breast is referred. He woke up. Who woke up? Upagupta woke up. Startled. He was startled. हैरान हो गए, चौंक गए. And the light from a woman's lamp fell on his forgiving eyes. And that woman who was wearing the anklet, okay, that tinkling of anklet, and when she touched the chest of Upagupta, then she was also very much confused what to do now, and she just looked downward now because it was darkness. She did not see that who was there, and her feet touched his chest. Now she turned the lamp towards the ground, and she saw that there was someone lying. He woke up startled, and that man, Upagupta, woke up startled, and the light from a woman's lamp, और उस woman के lamp से जो light था, वो उपगुप्ता के चेहरे पे पड़ा. That eyes were forgiving eyes. Forgiving eyes means he was having such a gentle pair of eyes. These eyes are suggestive of kindness, morality, good character, love, affection. These eyes portray everything. Even if you are angry, your eyes say that you are angry. So Upagupta, he had forgiving eyes, means he had the quality of forgiveness. Even if any one of us, is lying on the ground and sleeping comfortably and enjoying a deep slumber, and somebody comes and strikes our chest, so we are very likely to get angry at him or her. दिखाई नहीं देता है क्या? हाँ? इतना बड़ा रास्ता है, मैं सो रहा हूँ और आके यहीं लड़ना है, ऐसे रिएक्ट करेंगे. But he had forgiving eyes. He did not say anything. It was Vasua Datta, the dancing girl. वो नर्तकी थी, नृत्य करती थी, dancing girl, starred with jewels, starred, totally decorated with different kinds of ornaments. Okay, gold, silver, jewelries, clouded with a pale blue mantle, and along with that jewelry that ornamented her, A beautiful pale and blue in color, a mantle with which she was covered, a mantle she had worn. She was dressed in. Mantle is a kind of shawl. It is a kind of covering, चादर के जैसा. Drunk with the wine of her youth, and she was drunk with the wine of her youth. Drunk means what? Intoxicated. ठीक है? Intoxicated with the wine of her youth. She was young and she was vigorous, full of life, laughter, beautiful, amorous. कितनी खूबसूरत थी. अब इतनी खूबसूरत जो थी, खूबसूरती का घमंड था. जैसे घमंड नहीं होना चाहिए. किसी के पास पैसा है, पैसे का घमंड, उसके पास खूबसूरती का घमंड, उसके रिचेस का घमंड, उसके अमीरी का घमंड उसको था. भगवान ने चुन चुन कर उसे दिया था. खूबसूरती तो दिया ही था, अमीरी भी दिया था. अब सोचो, शी वॉज वेरी पुअर in the field of spirituality. In the case of spirituality, she was very poor. She did not have at all the least spirituality in her. जितना ज्यादा तुम अटैच्ड रहोगे पैसा से, धन से, संपत्ति से, तो में कहाँ स्पिरिचुअलिटी रहेगा. तो वासवदत्ता में ये सब नहीं था. She lowered her lamp and saw the young face austerely beautiful. And when she lowered her lamp, she saw that young face, that ascetic. He was also young. But there is a difference in the glamours of both the young people. Vaswadatta was also young and Upagupta was also young. She also had the glamour, but that glamour was earthly glamours, not spiritual glamour. And Upagupta had the spiritual glamour. He was spiritually rich and she is materially rich. Austerely beautiful. Austerely means simply beautiful. एक सिंप्लिसिटी का ब्यूटी होता है. चेहरे पे चमक आता है. जो संत होते हैं, सन्यासी होते हैं, जिनको संसार से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, उनका मस्तक देखोगे कितना चौड़ा होता है, ललाट एकदम चमकता हुआ, लगता है तेल घी से मक्खन से मालिश किया हुआ है. Forgive me, young ascetic, said the woman. And that lady, she was really, she felt guilty and she expressed her sorrow and said that forgive me, young ascetic, माफ करना सन्यासी. Graciously come to my house. The dusty earth is not a fit bed for you. And she proposed to him कि I will be honored, I will feel gracious if your gracious presence come to my house. Please come to my house. Though I am a dancing girl, an ascetic like you may hesitate to come to my place, but please, this is not a right place, not a fit place for you to sleep. The young ascetic answered, woman, go on your way. When the time is ripe, I will come to you. And he said very gently, see, lady, you go on your way. Wherever you are going, go. And when the time is ripe, I will come to you. This is not a right time for me to come to visit you. This also means differently that right now you are materially rich, you do not have the spirituality. So go on the way of your materialism. A day will come and you will have an inclination towards spirituality, then that will be the ripe time. Ripe का मतलब होता है पका हुआ. यहाँ ripe का मतलब है उचित समय. That will be a ripe time for me to come to you. Go.